Mr. President, this is the first head of state, Pope Benedict XVI, that you will ever greet on a tarmac. I was stunned to learn this. Why are you going and greeting him at an airstrip? Usually the heads of states come here.
Because he is a really important figure in a lot of ways. One, he speaks for millions. Two, he doesn't come as a politician, he comes as a man of faith. And three, that I so subscribe to his notion that there's right and wrong in life, that moral relativism has the danger of undermining the capacity to have more hopeful and free societies, that I want to honor his convictions as well.
You read his book on Europe, I'm told. What do you take generally from his appraisal of Europe and the world, and why is this relationship between the United States and the Holy See so important to you?
Well, first of all, it's important to me because the Holy Father represents and stands for some values that I think are important for the health of the country.
Why is this relationship between the United States and the Holy See so important to you?
Well, first of all, it's important to me because the Holy Father represents and stands for some values that I think are important for the health of the country. And when he comes to America, millions of my fellow citizens will be hanging on his every word. I do know that in order for a president to be effective, he better bring a set of principles from which he will not deviate and articulate them as clearly as he can, and then not worry about, immediate popularity, because popularity comes and goes, but what doesn't change are solid principles. And I'm going to remind his Holy Father how important his voice is, and making it easier for politicians like me to be able to kind of stand and defend our positions that are, I think, very important positions to take.
Mr. President, final question.
Yes, sir.
You said famously, when you looked into Vladimir Putin's eyes, you saw his soul.
Yeah.
When you look into Benedict XVI's eyes, what do you see?
God.
The Pope of the Holy See.
The Pope's address had a gentle bite, urging an end to toxic politics, but appealing to the best of America.
In the land of the free, at the home of the brave.
Minnesota Democratic Senator Amy Klobuchar was part of a small delegation serving as the Pope's escort, meeting briefly with Francis, who blessed them.
And just to be that close to him, people often say that you kind of feel this grace and wisdom, and that was true.
Democratic Representative Keith Ellison, the first Muslim congressman, said the Pope's call to action went beyond religion or politics.
He didn't mention a piece of legislation or even a policy or even a candidate. What he talked about are core values, in my view, and he left it up to us to work those things out.
The Pope's wide-ranging remarks could be considered political, but Republican Tom Emmer, a Catholic, said they were anything but.
In between the lines, what I heard was, regardless of your political persuasion, America has an important place in the world, and you're going to have to lead.
Klobuchar's papal visit guest was Timothy Marks, the president of Catholic Charities in Minnesota. He called the emotion in the room overwhelming as the Pope stood with lawmakers under the carving, "In God We Trust,"
which really says we are all one. Our faith, our politics, our personalities mixed together, and we all have an obligation to use the tools and gifts that we have to advance the common good.
President, final question.
Yes, sir.
You said famously, when you looked into Vladimir Putin's eyes, you saw his soul.
Yeah.
When you look into Benedict XVI's eyes, what do you see?
God.
Good way to end the interview.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. My pleasure.